Hi everybody, my name is Jarrett Mitchell and this is my presentation in which I chose Home Depot as the subject. Just to go over the overview of what I'll be touching in the presentation is we'll have a background of the company, a little bit of history on the back of how Home Depot was created and came to be, their competitive position in the marketplace, industry trends, potential ethic issues they might run into, financial ratios of theirs, and uncertainties, and conclusions and financial recommendations. So, as far as Home Depot's history, Home Depot is in the retail industry in the realm of home improvements. I'm sure most of you've heard of them. They're quite big. They're actually the biggest improvement hardware um, company in the U.S. In the world, actually. This presentation will attempt to break down Home Depot's current stance within the industry and project the future of the based on my interpretation of the information of their key indicators. The home industry is a hundreds of billions of dollars industry, and Home Depot actually is a big part of that industry. So, Home Depot was founded by Bernie Marcus and Arthur Blank. Their big idea was to become the one-stop shop for home improvement. Their first two stores were open where their corporate offices still are today in Atlanta, Georgia, June 22nd of 1978. The first stores were about 60,000 square feet and were stocked with over $25,000 products, which is much more than your average hardware store at that time. Home Depot competing with at that time was just the mom and pop stores that you maybe have gone to, or you can still find them or gone to when you were growing up. They not near 60,000 square feet, not near 25,000 products. So Bernie and Arthur wanted to take the home improvement store to the next level. They've now grown into 400,000 employees with more than 2,200 stores. Sorry. Each store is now on average 105,000 square feet. And they not only offer products now, they actually offer professional install services. Now let's talk a little bit about their competitive edge. So Home Depot has risen their stability and grown their business over the last decades in many ways. One of their great stands in the marketplace is because of their size. As you know, I'm sure all of you've heard of Home Depot, and they're very large compared to every other competitor, and so that does a lot for them when it comes to the commercial accounts and their pro customers, as they call them. They have a lot of contracts, and because of their size, they can actually afford to do that kind of thing. Some of the smaller companies just can't afford to do those kind of services. They don't have any kind of professional or commercial customers. And so they also offer the services, and also they, about in April 2014, stepped back from trying to open stores and focus on opening stores, and they focused on their e-commerce channel, which is uh, one of the best in the industry. Home Depot promotes their seamless experience from their customer shopping to the checkout line. It's a great features of ordering. It goes from great features like ordering products to having them delivered right to your door, and chat functions that all engage the customer and keep them coming back for more. So, for some of the trends in this industry, we can look at e-commerce channel, which is one of their specialties, Depot specialties, and it's actually a big trend in any kind of retail space to have good not only e-commerce channel where you can purchase products, but also advertisement has gone to social media channels, blogs, websites compared to the old newspaper and TV ads. Home Depot has made many changes that to accommodate their e-commerce space. Another, the three trends in the home improvement industry, what homeowners look to improve on their house. The three are the outdoor of their house, the bathrooms, and the kitchens. Um, so, due to the skyrocketing building, the prices of building a new home, homeowners are forced into either improving their current home they have or purchasing an older home and making repairs. So that's another reason that Home Depot is actually doing really well and contributes to the fact that they're doing well. As far as potential ethic issues, so there's there has been some issues with bribery and them putting certain products in their stores that I could find. Another one that I found interesting that I came upon was the lithium ion batteries, since almost every cordless instrument or tool you can buy there is ran on lithium batteries. Um, there is a big uproar about what kind of effect that has on our ecosystem. The making of those batteries. So there's actually villages that are very toxic waste in their rivers and pulling out actually dead fish that are due to these chemicals in their river. So I found that interesting, and I don't. I mean, it's an issue. I don't know how Home Depot will be affected, but if it gets any bigger, they could definitely affect their sales of their cordless tools. On to the financial ratios. So I kind of did some comparisons to Lowe's too in this situation, because I know Lowe's was the biggest competitor of Home Depot's. So the net profit ratio compared to Lowe's is 16%. As you can see here, the net profit ratio is 9.45, or that's a profit margin, sorry. And then the net profit margin is 25% at Home Depot. And this is all provided by Yahoo Financials. And they actually, Home Depot shows significant growth over year. Um, Home Depot's debt levels are well covered by their operation cash flow, and their interest payments are well covered by their earnings, which is a good thing when looking for stock and the risk factor. They've been growing in revenue and profit quite aggressively. The thing about between Home Depot and Lowe's compared to Lowe's seems to be growing still, and Home Depot is actually growing and becoming more efficient. And so now we're going to go on to the uncertainties. So this statement I thought was cool. Kind of came from the CEO when he was being interviewed, and it was the prior CEO. He was the CEO back in 2000. He says, "I think only certainty today is uncertainty." And I was looking for issues and uncertainties I seen, gaps kind of seen in Home Depot's organization. They have been working on their e-commerce, but there's actually a lot of concerns about their the orders being back ordered and backlogged, so not getting their product out to their customer in time, which would cause an issue because they're putting a lot of focus on their online. They said 60% of their sales actually has to do with their online. So it's not 60% of their sales are online, but it stems from that. So it's either somebody may be doing research, or chatting online or emailing back and forth, but 60% actually involves online or e-commerce channel of their sales. So the back ordering and backfills on orders are definitely something that are uncertain and should be looked at. Another financial crisis hits. Back in 2008, the financial crisis took a lot of their sales. I still like the idea of Home Depot and their stock, even if the financial crisis were to hit. Um, they, they did a lot better than any other retailers in the industry, and it's a good industry to be in because even though the financial crisis did hit, people are trying to sell their homes, so they're still going to get people in there trying to fix up their homes and whatnot. So, as a conclusion or a recommendation I would come from as far as analyzing Home Depot stock, I would definitely invest in purchasing the stock with a long-term goal. Home Depot stock doesn't look like it's going to make any huge jumps within the next couple of days and make you a lot of money, but it may even drop even over a small period and go up and down a little bit. But if you look at the chart here I have over 5 years, it's grown pretty dramatically and is going to continue to grow. And so I think it would be a good purchase or a good idea to look at that stock if you're looking for continued growth, a stable return on your funds that's going to be higher than the inflation. This would be a long-term investment opportunity. I would look at it. And now we have a list of references. If this interested you guys, some of these references and some of the websites were really interesting, I found. So I would suggest that maybe you check into those. All right, thank you guys for listening to my presentation, and you have a wonderful day.